Okay, welcome. Thank you for clicking on. Today we're going to have a haul video. I haven't done one for a while, and I've been around the car boot sale this morning, which was very, very poor. And then I thought, do you know what? We're going to have a day around the seaside. So I've been up at the call, I've done the charity shops, and I'm going to share with you what I've bought today. And I bought some lovely things. I'm going to start off with something a little more unusual for me, which is this. It is a 1950s cast iron and chrome fire by Harper. It's the Harper 350, I believe. Now, it's a butane gas fire. I do not recommend you fire this back up. However, what I do recommend is you take a look at what people are doing. They're repurposing these into beautiful lamps. Now, let's be honest, the 1930s and the 1950s, they were full of style, banging shapes and colours. Look at that, just for a little fire. Now you'd get a flat piece of plastic with a bloody halogen heater on it. That's full of style. And what people are doing is they're upcycling. Now, I'm forever telling you to upcycle and make something out of nothing. And take a look at this. This is the first one. It's Harper Gaslight. Look what they've done. They've cleaned it up, obviously. It's not perfect. You've still got some enamel loss and that on the blue. But they've cleaned it up and it looks stunning. And this is on clamp.co.uk. It's a sold example, so they've sold it. They've put it down as a 1960s Harper portable gas fire. I thought they were 50s, but either way, I'm not worried. Beautiful thing. Can't tell you the price because it's already sold. However, there's another year in yellow. Now this one works out at a couple of £100. And this isn't the only one on there. I done a Google search and there's loads ranging from £150 to £200 when they're converted into lamps. And you got to be honest, they are bloody good looking lamps. They really are. They make a really nice lamp upcycled. Now they're not as expensive as you'd think when they're new. Oh, should I say original? Let me rephrase that. So we got 45, 29, 15, 30. The prices are all over the place. Now, the one I got is in good condition. Could do with a clean, but it's in pretty good condition. The gentleman even gave me a gas regulator with it, brand new gas regulator. So I'm going to sell the gas regulator back on to someone who got a caravan for £2 or £3. This one only cost me £4. So if I was to say I'm going to put it up for £30, it cost me £4. That's a cracking profit, and somebody can do the work on it and chuck it out for £100, £150, £200, whatever they want. It's a lovely, lovely lamp. Well, it will be a lovely lamp. That was my first buy at the car boot sale, and off the same gentleman, then I bought this for £1, which again, sort of 50s, 60s. It's a veneered wooden tray. It's got a lovely veneer finish on there. I gotta be honest, I do love the design of the veneer. It's got a little chip, unfortunately, to the veneer there. But it is a really nice, honest, good-looking tray, good shape. And it cost me £1. And if I was to bang that out for a tenner, it's a usable, serviceable item for someone. You could restore it, or you can just touch it in with a bit of colour so you don't notice the veneer chip. But it's still a good-looking tray and a usable item. I'm not going to throw it away. For £1, I'm not being funny, I could take it to an antique fair, £10, £15 with my eyes closed if I'm up in Malvern or something like that, or even £20. But it'll probably go on the site for a tenner. So what will I get? I'll get probably £40 for my £5 outlay. I don't mind that. I'll probably, to be honest, push it to 35 for the fire and 15 for the tray and get 10 to 1 on my money. £50 back for a £5 outlay. That's not bad, is it? That was it at the car boot sale. I did have a brass lamp from Ian, but that'll go in another video. Then I went to Porthcawl. I had a wonderful day down at the beach, eating chips and that on the seaside, looking at the sea, the waves crashing, all the rest of it. But I also done all the charity shops in the town centre. This was my first buy, and I love it. Now we have a picture by Tina Holley of Ponte Vecchio. It's a bridge in Italy. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, there's the price. £6. I got to take it out of the frame properly to find out if it's a lithograph or painting. But I've had it under my eyeglass, and it is not a dot print. It is not a modern print. But telling a lithograph and a watercolour apart are a little more difficult. To be honest with you, I have to take them out the picture, out the frame. However, take a look at this. Tina Holley has her own website. If I come home, that was me doing research on it. She is in the Royal Academy. She exhibits all over the world in galleries and exhibitions all over the world. And she has done commissions for the National Trust. Well, Tina has produced commissions for the National Trust and the RSPB, being an artist in residence in the Rocky Mountains National Park in Colorado, and the Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona, and has exhibited in national museums of art in Texas. Anyway, she got some absolute stunning works, and she does a combination of original watercolours and prints. Now, what it says here on the website is you can view the entire collection of her fine art Gleesy prints, right? The entire collection of her prints. So I clicked on that. This is her print shop with every print she owns. And I've been through each of these sections. The travel and architecture, I thought it would have come under that. Not in there. And then it was limited edition prints down the bottom, where you have got quite a few from Venice and things. There are a few here from Italy. There's the canals. There's another canal one. Another canal one. Anyway, the one I have is not listed in her print gallery. However, she does also have original paintings. Now, she's only listed 30-something of her original paintings. I don't think she's got them all on there. Now, I've compared the signatures on her paintings to the signature on the picture I got, and it is the right signature by the same artist. She produces prints in her own studio using Geesley prints, which is probably some sort of silk screen or lithograph printing process. This is not listed among her entire collection of prints. So it is signed by the artist. It's named, it is the bridge in Italy, Florence, Italy. It was only £6. Now she's getting £85 for a print. She's that popular, and they're all selling. It only cost me £6. If it's an original watercolour, she's getting £85 for a print. So we're talking a couple of £100, £200 or £300. If it's a print, you're still talking probably £40, £50. It's a really nice one. However, her print catalogue doesn't have it listed. Guess what I did? I messaged the artist. I messaged Tina Holley, and I've said, can you give me some background on this picture, please? I would be very grateful, because I've looked through your online catalogues and it's not there. And I would love her to confirm it's hers, although the signature matches, the colour of the signature. She always signs them in like a blue pen. It all looks right. The only thing I got to do is take it out the frame, put a strong eyeglass on there and see if it's a lithograph or a watercolour. But through the glass, it looks to be a watercolour. £6. Then I had this, which I really, really like. This is a wooden bowl, so it's a turned wooden bowl with a lovely grain on it. And then it has been inlaid with probably abalone, a mother of pearl shell. It's possibly Indian, maybe Moroccan, something like that. Beautiful bowl though. Look at all that work. All that is all inlaid. Now it's got a little bit of lift in here. Nothing major, just a little bit of lift in. You can see there. It's no loss, just lifted. Now, I can't do anything about that. Normally I'd steam it and push it back down, but I'm not going to attempt to do anything with it. I'm just going to leave it alone. It only cost me £5. It is a lot of work gone into that. It's not fortunes. It's just a nice little bowl to have on the table. I'd say about 20 quid. And especially with that little bit of lift in there, it's certainly 20 quid, that's all it's worth. But it is a lot of work gone into it. I wouldn't want to make that for 20 quid, would you? It's last quarter of the 20th century, so it's not that old, but it is a good quality item. possibly Indian, possibly Moroccan. It's certainly that area. So that was okay. Then I had this. Now, how many times have I said to you, well, I've actually done videos showing you my library. I've got a massive library of books. But I've always said to you how important reference books are. If you can get specialist reference books, and I don't mean a Miller's Guide to Antiques where they do a general antiques, specialist books, specialist book on Chinese porcelain, specialist book on white friars, specialist book on drinking glasses. If you can get a specialist book, they hold money. Now, this is a specialist book on fountain pens, the history and designs. And if you look on the front, there you go, is a Schaefer fountain pen with an 18 karat gold nib. These nibs are either 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, and they are gold. You can weigh them in with the gold scrap. If the pen is no good, you still buy it for the gold, because more often than not, it's 20 quid, 40 quid in a nib. Schaefer nibs are like 40 quid of gold in them. It's £42, £43 a gram. A nib is only got to be 1 gram. A lot of nibs are only half a gram, but even that would be 20 odd quid. So if you're finding a pen, broken or not, 50p in a pound, buy it for the nib. Anyway, there's the price of this book, £3. It's in lovely condition. It really is. I don't think it's been read, to be honest with you. It's not going to be one for me. It's one I'm putting straight up for sale. But have a look at this. I've done a quick Google search and look at that. Fountain pens, history and design. And the prices start at £20 and go all the way up to £56. Now what I'm thinking, if I wait for the one on ABE books to sell at 20 quid, the cheapest one then is £38. So if I went in at £30, it's 10 to 1 on my money again, and I'll be then the cheapest for a book in beautiful condition. However, what it does, it shows you that you can get 10 to 1 on things. Absolutely fabulous or what. Went into Fireplace in Porthcawl, and I had this weird thing. This. Now, first of all, it cost me £4. Right? Week 24. I don't know what week we're in now. I give up. I don't know what week we're in now. So that would tell me how long they've had it. It's probably brand new into the shop. I looked underneath, hoping to find a Studio Potter's mark, but all I can find is this, where it says handmade. Hopefully you can see it scraped in by here. There's no other markings on there, but look at this. In relief, and then you have this face protruding off the vase. That takes some doing. Yes, it's got a chip up there. I've seen the chip. It's also got one down by here. But there. But you know what? I've never seen one like it. And for £4, I wasn't going to leave it there. I don't buy damaged as a rule. But this is hand-thrown pottery. Somebody is taking a lot of time to make it. And look at that. How lovely is that? And how weird is that? A head coming out of a vase. So I thought, do you know what, for £4, I've got to have it. I'm probably going to put this on the Studio Pottery identification group to see if anybody recognises the work. But that's not an amateur job. I couldn't do that, that's for bloody sure. So somebody knows what they're doing, and she's quite well modelled. So that was £4, and I think even with a couple of chips and without identifying it as 20 quid. But if I can identify the artist, then I can really knock the price up on that one a little bit. I haven't even unpacked some of this. Do you know what annoys me? It's nothing worse, right, when you go into a charity shop and you buy something and they go, there you go, and they just push it across the counter to you. I bought this in Fireplace in Porthcawl. Right, now bear in mind, yes, they're a charity before anyone shouts me. They have this stuff for free. We pay good money for it. They research it. They get good value for their money, right? But I bought this. She didn't offer to wrap it. She didn't put no paper around it. She didn't offer me a bag. Yet, a little Valley's charity shop round the corner, I bought this. And look how beautiful they wrapped it. A bit of care. You know, you want the money off people, wrap the stuff up, innit? So, we're giving you a little example of what it is. Got a lid to come, but look at that. What is it? Forget Me Not pattern by Royal Albert. That's the base. And the lid. And look at the price. £300 each. We have a Forget-Me-Not pattern Tureen by Royal Albert in extremely good condition. I don't even think it's got any gilding wear. It's probably been, well, you can see how stinking dirty it is. Look at that. Just stinking. It's got 10 years of dust on it. However, that will wash off with soapy water, and I've paid £3, and I would imagine that's probably £40 or £50. So that's a cracking little buy. But look at the difference how different charity shops treat you. One charity shop, they had more money off me and threw the item across the counter at me, didn't even wrap it. Another one spends 5-10 minutes wrapping a beautiful object, making sure I got it home safe. I also had a row in one of the charity shops. I went in one charity shop in the town centre and they got their window display done, and they had a couple of Stephen King books in the window, and I just wanted to pick them out. I could reach them. And she come running up the store shouting at me, "Get out of my window. I'll take the stuff out. You're wobbling my mannequin." I said, "Well, did it fall over?" "No." "But it nearly did." I said, "Well, it didn't, did it?" So I had a row. I didn't see any sign saying nobody to go in the window, but hey ho. It wasn't what she said, it was how she spoke to me. It quite annoyed me. Anyway, then I had this. Now, on first glance, it looks Dutch to me. Right, that looks Dutch. However, I done a Google image or reverse image search, and apparently these are Greek, and they're supposed to be a wall hanging and sometimes a candlestick. Now, here, there's a couple of holes. They may have had sconces here to hold a candle and some droppers here. However, I didn't know that when I bought it. I just thought it was a weird thing. It's interesting. It's solid brass and enamel. I paid £3 for it. I'm just going to sell it as a decorative wall hanging now, because if it did have sconces, they're gone. And when I saw it, I just thought it was weird and interesting and different. So that's what I'm going to sell it as. And it won't be a lot of money. It'll be £10 or £15, but it was only £3. But I did a Google image search, and apparently they're supposed to be candlesticks. So it should have had two sconces on the tails of the birds. Final piece for today is a solid silver Brandy label. It's a decanter label for the Spirit Brandy, fully hallmarked. Now this came in off a dealer. I give him a tenner for it. It dated in all 2000. So it's a 24-year-old decanter done for the millennium. It's a nice thing. If you like brandy, then fabulous. It's a very decorative, solid silver brandy label, decanter label. And I sell these all the time for £25-30, no problem at all. So that's a cracking little find again. I don't know what that is. For a tenner. So, what do you think? Have you had any rows for going in the windows of charity shops? And I didn't climb into the window, I just put my hand in the window to pick a book up. I didn't want to go all the way up to the top of the shop to ask them to come down to get someone out the window when I could reach it myself comfortably. But yeah, next time I know, don't bother. But she was quite rude, very abrupt. I nearly walked out the shop without buying them, but I thought, no, don't cut my nose off to spite my face. Anyway, painting, picture, lithograph, whatever it turns out to be, that is a stunner. And I tell you what, whether that's a lithograph of an original watercolour or whether it's an original watercolour, she's bloody good. Really is really, really good. And for £6, that's a cracking little find. My Royal Albert is fabulous. That's going to be sort of £40. In fact, I think I can have a look before we go. Come on, Tureen. Oh, there was one. That's Memory Lane. Where's the Forget Me Not then? Midnight Rose. Look at the price on these Tureens. How am I spelling forget me not? Forget me not. Right, I tell you what, let's take away Tureen, let's just look at forget me not. Look at that, £57 just for a trio. Fish 14. I think I might get more for this Tureen than I was thinking, you know. Are there no Tureens? Straight dish. 40 quid for a simple jug and bowl. Bowl. There's one. Forget me not, Tureen. £145. I only snowball. I only paid £3 for it. How wonderful is that? Any more in there? They're actually not that common, are they? There's not another one on there. That's the only forget me not Tureen on there. Happy days. What I will say is that is more luck than judgment because I thought it was a £30, £40 Tureen. But for £3, it was still fabulous. But if it's what, 75, 85, £100, happy days, who cares? It is still perfect mint in my possession and going up on the website this week. So, what do you think? Not a bad little haul, is it? My favourite has to be the picture. For a change, my favourite is the picture. I'm really hoping it's a watercolour. I've been through all of the prints listed on that site and it's not in the prints. Now, the good thing about the prints is once you do a picture and you turn it into a print, you've got it forever and you can always keep making them unless they, of course, the limited edition print. However, her entire collection of prints is on their website and that is not one of them. So I'm assuming she's done that as a commission for somebody and it came into me from the charity shop. I will let you know, I have wrote to her through her website, and if she's kind enough to get back to me, then happy days. That's a really nice picture. You never know, I may end up keeping it. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes, because I do actually like it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please go along, visit the website, antiquesarena.com. I got thousands of pieces on there, and I mean thousands of pieces. And if you like anything about antiques, then check out my YouTube channel. Everything on the YouTube channel is designed to teach you antiques, help you learn about antiques, and just show you antiques. It's an antiques channel. So if you like antiques, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.